You run with the bad boy notorious for Conor McGregor, jump, all that
My
stuff. How's that relationship going? You think he's going to come back and fight at the White House with Michael Chandler?
I think 100%.
Okay.
I can't talk about the inside workings, obviously.
Yep.
But I know Connor, and when he wants to fight and he puts a camp together and he does everything right, there's no one beating him. Like Michael Chandler would just be it'd be a joke. He'll kill him in a second, and then I think he's gonna start rising again. Um, Obviously he has just so much going on. You know what I mean? With the presidency thing, he has so much money. He has like so many businesses. It's kind of hard, But when he puts his head down and he starts going back in the training camp and he's focused just on training, there's no one that could beat that guy.
Okay.
There's no one that could beat that guy.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask you this. So I've never been around somebody. You can help me with this. When you look at Conor, the very beginning of his thing, he was focused. He had these, these amazing dialogues about he's obsessed with it. There is talent, all that stuff. You've seen him when he was going through the grind of getting to that stardom, right? Mm-hmm. Now, like you said, he has so much going on. He's got the music stuff. He's got the pubs. I think he just canceled his run for presidency for Ireland, and he has all this money. How does somebody like that get back in that poor man mindset when you're hungry, you're trying to get to those things? Like when I talked to Marab, when I was sharing with him, he's successful. He's not successful like Conor McGregor. He ain't got Conor McGregor money, but he says he's still fucking hungry. He's hungry. Where I was like, my black ass ain't hungry. I'm full. I'm happy. How do you see somebody like that? Because money changes people. I'm not saying it changed Conor, but we could definitely say it's changed his motives, right? He's not in the gym like da da ba wah, right? How do you think somebody like that can get back to where he was before?
I think money does change. I think money changes certain things with fighting, but when you have the love for it and you have the passion, it's kind of like Renzo Gracie said. Like even when he came back and fought and he had money, he was like, "This is because I love to fucking fight." Some people just love fighting, and Conor loves fighting. Like he loves fighting to a T that you don't even know about. Like it's all that he thinks about. Doesn't matter what's going on. He's watching UFC. He's doing this. He's doing that. I think like Mayweather did it. He had money. He came back and he was still beating people. I think it doesn't really matter if you have the money or if you're poor, you're rich. It doesn't really matter. It's just about what you have inside you. And I know Conor personally, so I know how hungry he is like to come back and fight and do what he loves. I think like all those other stuff, is fun. Having the money's fun. The yachts are fun. Everything is fun. But I think at the end of the day, he's a fighter inside. So I think that's why he wants to come back and he wants to, obviously not prove himself because he already proved himself 10 times over, but come back and just show the world that who he is. Because I know who he is. I know when he's training, no one's beating him. And I think he still has that hunger because he's just who he is. That's where he was born with. Some of us are just born fighters. I think you're still the born fighter too. You just have to get it out of you. Right now you're in dad mode and you're doing that podcast and stuff, but someone comes and calls you out and, I don't know. I think we just all have it in us. I don't know.
Nah, one of my coaches told me, he goes, "You're not a fighter." I was like, "What?" He goes, "You're not a fighter." And this is in the middle of my reign. He goes, "You're an athlete." He goes, "Because you don't like to fight. You like to solve problems, but you're not a fighter. You're a super athletic, gifted athlete, and you're able
very
to
high IQ."
And he was like, "You're very smart." He goes, and he pointed to another guy. He goes, "That guy right there, he loves to fucking fight. He's a fighter. He's gonna keep on fighting whether he's winning or losing. For you, you're an athlete." So that's why I tell myself, like, I was never a fighter. I'm a great athlete. But as a fighter, I didn't love to fight like GSP. I didn't love to fight.
Like GSP.
I love to okay, this guy's going to do this. Okay, I'm going to go underneath him. Okay, I can do this. I can make him do this. That's what I loved about fighting. When I beat people up, I'm like, God damn it. Like, I never forget.
How'd you get into fighting? Was it just...
It was something I saw on, it was The Ultimate Fighter, and I saw Rashad Evans. He was working out. And I was, I have to check it.
Did you have a background or no?
I wrestled in high school.